Hi everyone. Are you ready for some magic? Imagine you could just talk to a computer and tell it what to build, and poof, it just appears. Well, guess what? Today, we're going to meet an amazing AI helper from Google that can do that. It builds stuff just from hearing your words. It's so cool.
So tell me, have you ever had a super awesome idea for a game or maybe an app? You know, like an app where you take care of a pet dinosaur? Or maybe a game where you race flying pizzas. I bet you have. Thinking of the idea is the super fun part, right? It's like dreaming up the biggest, coolest Lego castle in the whole world. But actually building it? Phew, that part can be really hard, and it can take forever. You know, the old way of making an app was kind of like a silly relay race where people keep dropping the baton. First, the person with the idea draws a picture. Then they give it to a builder person to make it real. The builder tries really hard, but when they give it back, it's not right. The buttons are all wrong, and they have to go all the way back to the start again. It was so slow. But wait, what if you didn't have to do all that? What if you had just one magical helper? A helper that could do everything all by itself. Well, get ready to meet that helper. Its name is Stitch.
All right, let's go. Time to meet Google Stitch 2.0 and see all the magical things it can do.
Okay, so what even is Google Stitch? Well, imagine you had a robot genie. You don't have to rub a magic lamp, you just tell it what you want. Like, hey robot genie, make me a screen for my game with a giant red go button, and poof, the genie makes it. That's exactly what Stitch does, but for apps.
Okay, every good helper has superpowers, right? Well, Stitch has 3 amazing superpowers. Let's check them out.
Superpower number 1 is magic words. That's right. You don't have to know how to draw or do any of that complicated computer stuff. You just use your words. It's like you're casting a magic spell.
For your magic spell, you could say something like this. Make me a cool dashboard with cards for my game stats and a dark theme. Whoa, that sounds complicated, but it's not. A dashboard is just the main screen where you see everything important. Cards are little boxes that show your score. And a dark theme? That just means it uses dark colors, like black and gray, so it looks super cool.
And just by hearing your words, Stitch gets right to work. It builds the perfect layout. That just means it puts everything where it should go. Kind of like putting all your toys away neatly on a shelf. It picks the best colors, and it makes sure everything has its own special spot.
Wow. Wasn't that awesome? Okay, get ready for superpower number 2. It's called See Everything at Once. Think about your favorite comic book. What if you could take out all the pages and lay them on the floor, side by side? You could see the entire story from the beginning all the way to the end. Well, that's exactly what Stitch lets you do with your app. You can see the whole adventure all at once, just like a map. So here's the first page where you log in. Then, boom, you go to the main game screen. And from there, you can go to the settings page to give your character a silly hat. You see the whole path.
And now for the last superpower. This might be the most powerful one of all. I call it the Everything at Once wand. Ooh, this one is so cool. It lets you change a whole bunch of things all at the same time.
Okay, imagine your app has 10 blue buttons, but then you decide, I want them to be green. The old way was to change them one by one. Ugh, how boring. But with the Everything at Once wand, you just wave it and say, make all the buttons green, and whoosh, they all change instantly. It's like magic and saves so much time.
Now you might be thinking, this sounds really cool, but is it hard to do? And the answer is no way. It's super easy. Let's look at the simple steps to use all this magic. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Step 1, just tell Stitch your idea. Step 2, look at the awesome thing it made for you. Step 3, want to change something? Use that magic wand to change it all super fast. And step 4, you get your amazing design. It's that easy.
Okay, now every magical helper has rules, right? And Stitch is no different. Even though it's super smart, you have to remember one very important thing. You are the boss. You're the one with all the great ideas.
So let's talk about what you should do and what Stitch can't do. You should be super clear. Tell it exactly what you want. And you should always check its work, just like a teacher checks homework. But here's what it can't do. It can't think of ideas for you. That's your job. And it can't build the app's brain. The brain is the part that makes the game actually, work. Like, it makes your character jump when you tap the screen. Stitch just makes the parts you can see.
And this chart shows exactly why you, the boss, are so important. Look, in a big test, Stitch did a great job almost 100 times. Wow. But, it also made about 15 mistakes. See? It's a great helper, but it's not perfect. It's your job to be the detective and find those mistakes.
Phew, that was so much fun. Are you ready to remember the 3 most important things we learned about our amazing helper, Stitch?
Okay, let's do it. Number 1, Stitch can turn your words into app screens, like magic. Number 2, it has superpowers that help you build things super duper fast. And number 3, the most important one of all, you are still the boss.
So now I have a really big question for you. After seeing all this cool stuff, what would you build with a magical helper like Stitch? What's your big idea? A crazy game? A helpful app? I bet you have some amazing ideas swirling around in your head right now. But before you go, I have one last super cool, fun fact for you. Stitch's brain is powered by something called Gemini AI. And Gemini is one of the smartest AIs in the entire world. Google is teaching it to understand everything. Pictures, words, videos, the whole shebang. Isn't that just wow? Thanks for hanging out with me today. Now go dream up something amazing.